Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Thursday, October 31st. It is 6:23 right now. Market's gonna open in about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Hmm. Stream looks a little laggy today for some reason. Let me refresh this. Seems like connection in general is kind of laggy. So, uh, let me, setting this up real quick. It's like the web pages are taking like really long to load. So anyways, let me just go through this real quick. All right, let's all right, perfect. So let me finish setting this up real quick. You know, I'll just set this up later. We're running super behind. All right, looks like we are good to go. So all right, guys, the link's sent out. Looks like people are already in here. I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up the liquidity real quick. Yeah, sorry guys, everything is running really slow today for some reason. Not sure what the deal is, but yeah, a little laggy on the stream side. All right, looks like we are good to go. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, October 31st. Happy Halloween, everyone. 6:28 right now. Market's gonna open in about 2 minutes. In a minute, I'm gonna be posting the direction of the breakout over here in the chat. It's the direction shortly. We should be good. All right, guys, just posted the direction of the breakout in the chat. Market's gonna open up shortly in about 30 seconds. Market is opening up in about 15 seconds. We got market opening up in about 3, 2, 1. Market is now open. Huge spike right here on open.
Order submitted.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of a spike here on open. We did have some high impact news pre-market. So I'm using a 50-50 TP stop loss for this entry here, guys. Based off the volatility and direction from yesterday, just using a 50-50 today. Come back and take a look at this right now. So we're getting a spike of volatility this morning. We had some high impact news over here at 5:30. Today's the first day of high impact news. It's happening throughout the day, and then tomorrow, of course, for NFP. It's more stuff over here as well. All right, so the breakout's kind of just bouncing around entry price, which is like right there down the middle. We'll wait and see where this ends up going. We're using a 50 TP stop loss, a little tighter today than usual because of the sideways move that we've been happening for the past couple of days. It's just supposed to line up more with the breakout. So the breakout's supposed to hit within the first couple of minutes, whether it hits TP or stop loss. I mean, basically that's how long the breakout's supposed to run for like the first 5 to 10 minutes or so. So we got that running right now. Let me see how the settings are currently here. It's just a little tight from what I'm used to, of course. So we got liquidity here that got hit. We'll clean this up. But again, it still looks like the market here is kind of going back and forth. Breakout to buy today, Vince. Even though I made it pretty tight, it's still kind of lingering. Let me check the news for today. So the news for today was, okay, we had news over here at 4:30. It was pretty mixed, or the news at 4:30 was positive. News at 5:30, core PC price index month over month, year over year was positive. Personal spending, initial jobless claims positive. Continuing jobless claims, 4-week average positive. And then we have some news over here at 6:45. So we got some more news coming up shortly in a bit. The price here is still kind of bouncing back and forth, as you guys can see. The entry for the breakout still kind of sitting right there down the middle. And I mean, it's the same situation. So the reason why we tightened our TP stop loss was because price was going sideways. It's still going sideways. It's, we're inching closer and closer to elections. So Obviously, you're going to get more of this chop in the market. Yeah, the elections are in about a week, less than a week actually. So we're getting a lot of chop here. I mean, we're not the only ones kind of struggling, or not really struggling, but the ones that are kind of frustrated with the market right now. But I've been in a lot of different groups, and people are all kind of all over the place with their entries because of this chop right here. The chop isn't even like a smooth chop. It's a very unpredictable chop. So if you guys are looking to take some scalps here, I would probably wait for the market here to stabilize a little bit. It's still kind of just going back and forth right now. Um, yeah, there's not really much I can say right now. I wish I could give you guys a better analysis of the market, but there's just so much chop right here down the middle that there's no clear direction. Like I wouldn't take any scalps here for the sell side because it looks like price is looking to slingshot back to the upside. It looks like it's trying to slingshot all the way back up. So I would probably wait a little bit before you even think about taking any scalps. Because the thing is, news price was up here, this pink line. This is the high impact news event. The news was all positive this morning for the most part. So I'm expecting a correction to the upside. It's just there's a lot of chop down here, kind of luring in, traders on both sides. And then eventually I'm expecting it to, push to the upside. The only problem here that I kind of see is the sessions. That's kind of where price bounced off right here on opening price. So right here at 630 price pushed up, it bounced directly off the sessions, and it kind of bounced back down. If we can get past the sessions right here, I think price is going to correct back up because it has this whole area right here that it's likely to fill or likely needs to fill because of the news dump that happened right here, which should have been bullish. So we got the breakout right now, currently running in profit. It's almost to its full TP. I'm going to watch over here on my end real quick to make sure everything here is fine. Yeah, it's almost there. It's just now it's coming back. Like I said, we just need to get above the or now we are above the session. So now we're looking for a break and retest off the sessions and correction and basically a continuation to the upside. Here we go. It kind of goes back and forth. Like I said, we're kind of stuck in this chop right here. That's what I'm saying. If you want to take some scalps, I would probably hold off a little bit for now because I mean, there's just no direction right now. It's clearly it's clearly trying to go up and basically correct to the news price up here, but it's really stuck in the shop. So I just wait for price to kind of push up a little higher and confirm the trend to the upside. Anyways, the liquidity right here got hit. So if you guys take this upper level of liquidity, there's two liquidity levels that got hit, one below and then one above right here that just got hit as well. So I'll clean that up right there. Two levels of liquidity for full TPs. Again, if you guys are looking for scalps, I would just wait a little bit. Man, it's crazy. We tied the TP stop loss for this specific reason, and it's still kind of stuck. Yeah, we're doing a 50-50, Vince. I'm not going smaller than 50-50. I'm staying at 50-50. So I'm not going down to like 25-25 or anything like that. All right, so we got price pushing up right here. It's almost to its TP. Again, it's kind of just sitting around that area. It seems to push up a little bit higher, currently past the sessions, of course. Geez, this thing is really not moving. All right, so we're still right there. We're above the sessions though, so that's a good thing. We're above the sessions. We just need to push up a little bit higher. Looks like it basically swept all these highs right here. But these candles are very blocky, so you can see how they're moving. They're not moving smooth at all. They're very blocky. Let me check CNBC real quick. Any updates? No updates over here. Let's see. It says S&P tumbles for a second day, drag lower by Microsoft and Meta. So basically earnings from this week. See if there's any notes here. Stocks open lower Thursday. Stocks began Thursday session in the red. That's fine. Comcast Explorer separation. None of the stuff here is really going to affect us that much. A lot of them is like the other stocks like S&P. So we got price pushing up right here. Still don't have that buy signal. The buy signal needs to just close out. Once that buy signal closes, I think we're going to push up and hit our TP. But you can see here that it's still pretty blocky as it moves around. There we go, guys. Full TP.
Target filled.
Target filled for the breakout, guys. So we are good right there. Full TPs on, I mean, pretty much all the accounts. All right, so the 50-50 change to our TP stop loss, you can see over here, did make a difference. I mean, this is probably going to push up and hit the 100, but like I said, we made some changes here just so that we can get out of this entry quicker. We still ended up holding on to this position for almost like 10 minutes, so it's still pretty long of a hold, but target was hit, played out as we anticipated it to, traded our plan, and full TP right there. So, all right, I'm going to be so the profits are going to be a little weighted because obviously I'm going to be taking the same risk as I was taking before. So, all right, there goes that right there. All right, so there goes the breakout. Again, if you guys are looking to take some scalps, this is going to be about the time to start taking some scalps. If you guys are looking to take them, entry is going to happen right here at the 130 price. So if you guys are looking to take some market flow V2s, it's going to happen right here at the 130 mark. So this is only going to be on my Apex.
Order submitted.
I'll just leave it there. All right, so as that kind of gets resolved, let me go and just take some. Yeah, unrealized. All right, so full TP right there, guys. Wait, what?
Order canceled.
I don't understand why it only gave me $10, $45 on that trade. So should have been 500. Let me check this. Some contracts. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I don't know. So full TP right there on the market flow V2, guys. It only gave me like $50 in profit on my Apex accounts. I don't know what happened there. Mm, I'm gonna turn off this trailing stop feature. I think the trailing stop is like screwing up my account or screwing up my trade. Yeah, I'm gonna take off this trailing stop because the trailing stop is profit trigger 11. I'll try it one more time actually. I'll just do it one more time and I'll see if it because I'm really confused why it only gave me $10 or $40 on that trade. All right, so I'll wait for this here to Dylan got 50 bucks too. Yeah, that's weird, right? I guess it's okay. I'm gonna be a little careful with my entries for today because it seems like everyone had the same issue. Jonathan said he only got $41 per account. That's exactly what I got. Andrew said same thing happened to me. Barely touched the 30 mark, so I only got one contract filled. Dylan said he got 50. Okay, so I think it happened so quickly, guys, that it just didn't fill everybody's order. So same thing happened with Matthew too. Thanks, Matt, for letting me know. Um, I think it was just too fast. The volatility here was just a little too quick. It picked up like maybe one order, and then that's why we got 40 bucks. Okay, so I'm not tripping. Um, yeah, that was really confusing for me. Yeah, Maria said the same thing happened to her, but the copy trader is okay, just the leader account. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So let's wait a little bit for the buy signal to come back up, guys. Kevin says his didn't fill. Okay, so like I said, the market today is kind of crazy because you can see how the price is kind of being very blocky as it's kind of just going back and forth, but it's not a smooth back and forth. It's like doing this, right? So when it comes down, only like certain orders are going to get filled, of course. There's another market flow V2 that kind of showed up there, but there's no buy signal, so no entry. Um, yeah, I think to say the least, I would say just be a little careful with your guys' entries for today because I mean the main thing to kind of be careful for is the volatility and then your orders getting filled and stuff like that because it seems like the market is so choppy that some orders aren't even getting filled properly, which I haven't seen conditions like this since the last time I saw something like this kind of happening was during COVID because the volatility was too high. Now the volatility is low, but it's choppy. So, all right, thanks guys. Thanks everybody for your input. So it seems like my entry over here, and I'll put a screenshot of the crap, I forgot to leave it on there. The entry is like right here. Let me take a screenshot of this real quick. Because I did take this trade, so this trade's actually going to count towards our stats. All the trades that I take will count towards the stats. I'm gonna have to change the stats a little bit and keep them separate, the breakout and the overall, because I mean they're very different. Dang, I haven't taken a scalp in a long time. Let me see if I can find the. Okay, so the market flow V2 entry came up over here at 641. It's getting closer to 7 o'clock, guys. My cutoff for entries are about 7 o'clock, as you guys know. So 641 for 10 points. You guys will see my profits. My profits look super weird. All right, so let me take a screenshot of my hedge fund accounts. So here are the hedge accounts over here. I'm still getting used to trading on two separate computers. It's a little weird, but I'll get used to it. Um, okay, so there's that. And my ads. So you guys will see like the accounts are different. obviously, because one's Apex, one isn't. One's the hedge account. Okay, so I think we're good right here. I'm gonna close this out. Close everything out here. I'm gonna turn off my laptop because oh no, no, fuck, I'm still trading. Why did I do that? All right, let's go back over here real quick. I don't know if I'm gonna be taking any more trades here, but because of how the markets are moving, but if I see something good, I'll take it. Now, why did I turn off my laptop? I'm gonna turn off this one though. I'm down on the hedge laptop. Man, this setup is like I've got too much going on here. I gotta figure out a system in place so I know like what am I doing on each one. Because I have one laptop that's for just Apex accounts, and then I have one laptop that's for the prop accounts, and then I have one laptop that's for just the hedge accounts. So, all right, just reopen my laptop real quick. So again, if you guys are looking to take some market flow V2s, guys, the next entry is going to happen right here at the 42,080 mark. Again, you want to be a little careful, actually not the 80, but the 90 mark right here. So what you're looking for is for price to push up to this 90 mark right here. And then you're going to look for it to fill and then come back down. But the problem here is that there's not really much direction, so it's going to be a little tricky with these entries. But if you guys are looking to take one, it's going to be right here. I'm probably gonna, it's going to be like a decision that I'm going to make once price gets closer to the 90 mark. But right now, I'm going to hold off on this right here. So, anyways, here are the profits. So these are just hedge fund accounts. This is my personal account. I locked in 1,580. These are the other hedge clients. So like one client got 554, other client got 550. These are other hedge accounts down here, 1,560. So for the total of my hedge clients, we locked in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1,000, we'll just estimate it, 1,570 times 9 plus 545 plus 550 plus 510 plus 285. So total profit of 16,020 across pretty much if you're a hedge client, this is one of your accounts. I'm not going to put everybody's name on there, but we made some pretty good profit today. So yeah, total profit of about 16,020. As you guys know, we split this in half, so time divided by 50. Basically, my take home is gonna be 8,010. Today's the last day of October, so I'm getting my split tomorrow. So basically, this is how much profit I'll be making plus the other win from earlier this week. So my take home is gonna be about 16,000 for 2 days of trades. Not bad, right? So yeah, everybody's making money. So that's the good thing, right? My main goal here is really to make everybody money. My main goal is every month I want to turn you guys a profit for whoever's part of the hedge fund, and then of course I get my cut. The more profit I make you guys, the more money I make. So I have an incentive to win at these trades. I'm not taking mindless trades. I'm like literally taking trades that I know are going to hit and that are going to make everybody money, because the more money in total that we make at the end of the month, the more money I get to keep. So yeah, pretty good. We just officially started trading the hedge accounts, I think like yesterday or 2 days ago, actually. So I mean, it's literally just starting. So it's been a pretty all over the place month for October, but I'm hoping November is going to be a lot smoother, especially that we made the TP stop losses, a bit tighter. So yeah, those are my accounts these are the hedge accounts. And then right here are my Apex accounts. You can see how the profit here is kind of weird. I locked in like $41 because it's just one contract. It was supposed to be 500 because I took 10 contracts, but it only filled one, which is okay, but it is what it is. All right, so the entry right now is getting moved down a little lower, guys, here to the 80 mark. If you guys are still looking to take this market flow V2 entry, I'm not taking this trade right here, but if you guys are taking it, it's filled right now. And if it pushes down, obviously it's going to hit CP. Full TP right there. So if you took that entry right there for market flow V2, just hit its full TP right at the 80 mark, guys. So pretty much all the market flow V2s have been hitting today. We had about 3 of them that came up. We took the first one up here. This one hit full TP. I'm being a little careful about the entries down here, like I said, because I mean it's this thing's kind of moving a little crazy. So I'm being a little more cautious with my entries right now. Market's just not very smooth today. Um, I actually hate this type of market. This market is worse than what we've been having. So for the past couple weeks, we've had like more of a smooth range where it kind of ranges back and forth. Today's market is a lot more, it's a lot more erratic. You can see from these candles here. Look at all each candle that came up from 6:30 out until like I guess this point here. See how big the wicks are? This is like really it makes the market super uncertain because you're not sure. Like honestly, today for the breakout, I thought the breakout was gonna hit stop loss. Like I really thought this was gonna come down, and I was like, oh, okay, we're fucked. Like I was like, we're gonna lose a trade for today. But we didn't. We actually came right back up because it was still in the chop and in the range, but the chop here is just a lot worse because it was spiking back and forth so heavily. Um, so I think this market is worse than a sideways market. This market is more considered like legitimate chop. I know people always talk about the market being choppy. This is like legitimate chop. This is what I call choppy. Um, when markets going when it's going back and forth, I don't consider that choppy. I just consider that ranging. Market's just ranging. But when you got price where it's kind of going like then I consider that choppy, right? So this is an actual choppy market. Again, if you guys are looking to take entries, the same entry would happen again right there, same place. Like I said, I'm not going to take anything here right now because obviously market conditions right now are just not favorable for us, especially if you're looking to take directional entries. Because if you want to take some market flow V2s, you need price to be moving directional, right? You need it to be coming down, retrace, come down, retrace, come down, retrace, etc. That's um that's what you need. You need price to either be climbing to the upside or you need price to be climbing to the downside. Right? Right now we don't have that. Right now price is going back and forth. So I would be careful with any directional strategies you were planning on taking today. If you are taking them, I would probably stick to the sideways strategies. Again, if you guys didn't sit in on the mentoring session on Monday, there's a really important session to sit in on. Yeah, it was a really important session to sit in on because that covered pretty much all the directional strategies and sideways strategies. So here's a clean chart. I didn't really mark anything up over here. I'll mark up 630 so you guys see where market opened from right there. All right, so basically right here from this black line to here is market open up until current price. You can see here there's just no direction. Price fakes out, pushes up above this whole number, which is the 150 mark. Then it pushes down right here to this lower number, which is the 50 mark. It's about a 100-point range like it was yesterday. And for the most part, it's just sitting within this middle area right here. So we don't really have much direction, guys. That's why if you're looking for entries here, I would probably look for so there was a high level momentum scalp right here. Actually, this is a perfect example. It's a direction, not a directional strategy. It's a sideways ranging strategy. There's a lower low right here. This buy signal broke and closed past pivots 1 and 2, and then it pushed up from there. So this is a high level momentum scalp. Again, if you guys didn't sit in on the mentoring session, sit in on that. I gave basically 3 main strategies to take if the market's going sideways. It'd be a V1 variation, CV consolidation variation strategy, or the high level momentum scalp, which is right here. That's perfect entry right there for a lower low, buy signal, push straight up. The only thing right here is that there's a opening price right there. So this would be considered a red flag. But I know a lot of people don't really care, especially for the sideways strategies, and they would take it anyways. So if you guys are looking for directional strategies, look for a directional confirmation. Once you have price push up, retrace, push up, retrace, push up, then look for directional entries. However, right now, price is still going back and forth. So you want to stick to V1 variations, CV patterns, and high level momentum scalps. All right, so let's see. So Shills on Demand is asking what steps on being in your hedge fund company. So it's pretty selective. I mean, I'm not just taking anybody in. Um, Message me on Discord. So message me on Discord. I'll send you the form. You can fill out the form. If we have spots available, we'll reach out to you and we'll let you know the main requirement is you just have to cover the you have to cover the minimal capital to open an account with NinjaTrader. So you have to have at least 10,000. So 10,000 is the bare minimum. Like that's the very, very bare minimum. That's only because you need to cover margin. That's not something you're paying to me. That's something that you're just putting in the account because you need to cover the margin. We're trading on NinjaTrader, so it's US regulated. You need to have enough margin to cover every trade. So you need a bare minimum of 10,000. Ideally, you want a little more, but for the bare minimum, you need to cover at least 10,000 to even execute a trade with the fund. Your risk isn't going to be that high. Your risk could be between it could be as low as 250 per trade, but you just need to have enough capital in the account to float the account per trade. So that's basically the main requirement. The only criteria that and you have to be chosen by me too, because the thing is I can only manage a limited amount of accounts. I think the max amount of accounts I can manage right now while I'm still studying for the Series 3. Like I'm doing everything the legal way. So everything I'm studying for the Series 3. I'm not you'll see a lot of people on YouTube or like social media managing accounts and they're doing it illegally. They don't have the proper licensing. They don't have the education for it. And they don't really understand risk management. So the thing with me is that I'm getting proper licensing through NFA, which is basically the National Futures Association. And right now I'm only allowed to manage 15 accounts. So I can manage 15 accounts within the hedge fund. And once I pass the Series 3, then I can manage as many as I like. Right now I'm limited to about 15 people. So yeah, if you're interested, just message me on Discord. I can give you more information on there. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much open. It's open. If you meet the capital requirement, then I mean, for the most part, you'll probably be accepted as long as there's space available. Right now, how many accounts do I have? Because we have a wait list, so there are people on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 right here right now. There's 12, and then we have there's a couple people who are still funding their accounts. So once they fund their accounts, we'll add them to the copier, and then it'll be on a revolving basis. So if anyone decides to pull out of the hedge fund and they just need the money for, like, I know the holidays are coming up, so some people are going to need to pull some money out, of course. If that becomes the case, more spots will open up, and it's very simple. I'm just adding it to my copier. So like whatever my accounts take, your accounts will take. So like basically, if I'm making profit, you're making profit. And most of the time I'm making profit. So the thing is, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you have like the extra capital sitting around that can sit in a separate account where I can trade it for you. William said, what's the goal of the number of clients you want in your hedge fund? Oh, yeah. So I basically answered the question for you already, William. I'm limited right now, but eventually it's going to be pretty much unlimited. So I don't really have a number. Like I'm not going to cap it anywhere. It's just capped right now because that's technically where I can have it. All right, here is the clean chart, guys. As you guys can see, price is above the 150 mark again. Two things to look out for here are possible fake outs. Look for possible price to push up, fake out, come back down, or look for it to push up. There's two things that may happen here. Price will either fake out right here and come right back down, or price will break and retest from this area and climb up higher. Right? Two different things that can happen here, but two things that you also want to look out for. Looking over here on our main chart, what you're looking for is the possible confirmation of market flow. So we got price up here now. Retrace, push up higher, retrace, push up higher. It's currently 7:03 right now, guys. So this is outside my trading window for scalps. Typically when I scalp, I usually scalp between 640 and 7. This is my sweet spot. And this is my edge in the market. So I basically trade between 640 and 7. And the reason why I do that is because between 640 and 7 is usually where the volatility is more consistent. And we have a consistent direction of price. Right now, Now that it's past 7 o'clock, typically what happens after 7 is price starts to consolidate and range sideways. That's just from experience. We've been trading live every day for like about 8 years now. I've noticed that after 7 o'clock, the market starts to go sideways. So that's why I typically don't trade after 7. If you guys want to trade after 7, feel free to trade. But I'm going to be following my rules. Like I said before, and like you guys have talked about in the past, it's all about having discipline and consistency, right? Understanding your edge and taking trades only when your trades are available. Right now, my trades are not available because for one, there's no flow of market. And for two, it's past 7 o'clock. So we'll keep looking for entries here, but for the most part, I'm pretty much done trading on my accounts. I just got to be smart about it. Like we talked about this in the past, guys. The thing is, like, a lot of people can get lucky, right? And you guys have been, I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you guys in the past. You guys have taken trades and you've just gotten lucky, right? You've won trades and you don't understand why you won it. And the luck is going to run out eventually because you can't get lucky every single time, right? The only way to get better from that is to develop a trading plan around those trades that you're taking. So what I recommend is, understand your trading plan, execute your trading plan, and stick to your trading plan. Like be disciplined. Again, right here, you can see prices now coming right back down. This is typically what happens after 7 o'clock, and this is why I don't trade after 7 o'clock. We had one last news event over here at 6:45. The news event right there was a Chicago PMI. It was negative, and that's pretty much what caused this drop right here. So at 6:45, price came down super heavily, corrected back up, and now it's coming right back down. Going back to our clean chart over here, you can see that price is still within this area. So it's still ranging within this middle area right here. And as that continues to range, see what else we got over here. So let me scroll up real quick. Johnny's asking, is there a video on ROI and information about the hedge accounts? No, there isn't. I mean, we've kind of, I know you've probably been at work, Johnny, so you probably haven't heard about it, but basically the hedge fund is, here, I'll just go through a quick explanation since there's nothing going on here. So the hedge fund is going to be operating under the managed futures model. It's very similar to account management. Basically, the main strategy that I'll be applying for this specific fund. So there's going to be separate funds in the future, but for this specific fund, the main strategy that I'll be applying is the breakout strategy. So the breakout strategy has a win rate over a 2-year period of about 65 to 68%. So that's 65, 68% net profit over a 2-year period. Obviously, it'll be better because there's gonna be more data incorporated, and then we're also adapting to the market conditions now. So on top of that, we're actually making small changes that are for the improvement based off market conditions. So you could probably expect the win rate to be higher than 68% over a 2-year period because we are adapting with the market as it continues to change over the years. Or I mean, it's going to change. It's never going to be the same for every single year. It's going to change slightly. So we are adapting to the market based off the fundamental criteria for the strategy. The ROI really depends on your account size because you have control over how much risk you want to take. The lowest risk you can take right now, because we're doing a 50-50 TP stop loss, is 250. Traditionally, it's around 500 because we're doing a 100-point move. So it kind of just depends on how much you plan on risking. But in percentage wise, if you have a larger account, so if you have a smaller account, your percentage gain and loss is going to be amplified because you're going to be leveraging the account. But if you have say a 100K account, I'm anticipating and expecting to hopefully yield about a 5 to 10% gain month over month. It's not going to be every month, of course, because some months are going to be red, but that's how much I'm looking to yield per month. If you're on a 10K account, a very small, the bare minimum, you're going to be yielding more. So per trade, you're going to be yielding, I'd probably say 10 to 20% because let's see, per trade. So if you're doing a $10,000 account, right? We'll do 500 per trade divided by 10,000. So you're basically doing a 5%. um, profit loss. So for this month so far, we're at like one net win, I believe, or two net wins. So you'd be up about 5 or 10%. So it's a little more amplified compared to like if you were on a bigger account. So on a bigger account, if you're on $100,000 account and you're risking $500, you're like less than 5%, 0.5%. So, I mean, it depends on the person, on your account. Majority of people are going to have smaller accounts. I have a few clients that have like larger accounts. I have like one client that's 150K. Um, that's someone else that I know that trusts my trading. He's been following me for years, and he trusts that, whatever I do with his account, it's going to yield a profit. So he has a bigger account and he's risking a little more. Like my account right here. For my account, I'm risking about 1,500 per trade. So you can see the smaller accounts here, they're risking about 500. The very small accounts are risking about 200 or 250. So the bare minimum is like 250. Some people have 500 risk, some people have 1,500. So these right here, a lot of these people right here, they've been following me for a while. So they trust my trading. They understand that what I'm doing here is likely to yield profit. So some of them have like a bigger account of 100K, some of them have 150K, some of them have 30K, 40K, etc. But they're able to adjust the risk depending on their liking. So for the most part, for the month so far, we're up about 10%, I think. So it is yeah, I mean that's kind of where it's at. So yeah, let me go to your question again real quick, Johnny. So that's pretty much the main information about the hedge account. Stanley's asking what's a profit split. If your account is less than six figures, so if it's under 100,000, then the profit split is standardized at 50-50. So it's a 50-50 profit split. If you're above 100,000 and you're taking more risk, you don't necessarily have to be above 100,000, but you have to be taking more risk. Um, we can negotiate a different split. So like for one of our clients here, he has a bigger account and he's basically going to be taking more risk. So right now he's taking 3 contracts with me over the next month. So basically November, he's up, I think about like 5,000 right now so far. He's going to increase his contract size to, I think he said he wanted to change it to 6. He basically wanted to double it. So instead of making 1,500 per trade, he's going to make about 6,000 per trade. Because he's going to double it up. So if you're taking more risk like that, we can adjust the split because I'll still be making a fair amount versus if you're trading the very, very bare minimum. Like if someone here is trading we'll use like the smallest account, for example. If someone's trading like 250 and I'm taking like a smaller split, kind of doesn't make sense for me, right? It's like, okay, at that point, I might as well just up my own contract size and not even trade this person's money because I'll keep everything at that point. So yeah, the split is 50-50 if you're like below 100,000. If you're over 100,000, it's negotiable. So it just depends on like how much you're risking. We have to make sense for both of us. But that's kind of like where the splits are set at the moment. Other than that, that's pretty much it. The splits happen at the end of every month. So for this month so far, today's the 31st, tomorrow's November 1st. Basically, I'll pull up the performance tab for whoever's on our hedge fund, and then we'll split the net profit. Again, guys, if you're looking for entries here, there's nothing to take here right now. There's nothing to take here right now at the moment. Kenny said, is the money insured? No, I don't know any hedge fund out there who is ever insured. Like you're taking part of the hedge fund at your own risk. I know you mentioned just in case the copy malfunctions during a trade. No, it's not. I don't know any hedge fund or any financial institution out there that insures it based off that. The broker will insure it, but not a hedge fund. So no, there's no money insured for any malfunctions. Because the thing is, like, if that was the case, then that would be an excuse for everything, right? Like, if the money was insured, it should be insured both ways then. Not just from the client's perspective, but from the trader. So yeah, unfortunately, no, Kenny. It's not insured through there. The broker will insure it though, so that's different. If the broker made a mistake, they'll insure it, but yeah, there's no insurance on the copy side. The thing is, I'm manually watching it, and I have like, of course, I'm not going to let that happen. But no, there's nothing insured on the hedge fund side. It's like me giving you money, Kenny. Like me, hey Kenny, here, invest in an e-com store for me. But if you accidentally order something, like or if you order something and you accidentally order the wrong thing and you can't get a refund on that, that's like me asking you for a refund, right? So I'm just using that as a an example. Just like in any other type of business, there's risk in every business, right? You're never going to be completely risk-free. With trading, with marketing, with e-com, with anything really. It's just that's why you have to build that trust with the person who is trading your account or handling your money in general. Let me go over here real quick to see what else we've got. CJ said, good morning, overslept. What did I miss? So we took the breakout this morning, CJ. I know I saw you join like super late. We took the breakout this morning over here. And this over here hit our TP. We made our adjustment to make it a 50-50. If we were doing the 100-100, it looks like the trade would still be running right now. Yeah, the trade would still be running if we're doing the 100-100. So I'm thankful that we actually switched to the 50-50 because if not, we would still be in that position now. So we took the breakout today. I used the 50-50 TP stop loss. I just adjusted my contract size, basically doubled it. So I was yielding the same amount of profit right there. I still made 1,500. And then we had a couple of market flow V2s here. We had one market flow V2 right here. It's probably a good thing that you overslept because the market was super choppy this morning. As you can see from the candles, the wicks here were pretty huge. So it was like doing this the entire time, CJ. I think you would have been freaking out, honestly, if you were like in a position and it kept doing this, right? So we took this one right here. It was really unusual because like pretty much everyone here took it and it only filled one contract. I took it with 10 contracts actually. It only filled with one contract. And that's why I locked in 45 right here. I was supposed to lock in 500 because it was supposed to be times 10, but it only locked me in at one contract and it closed me out at 45 profit. So I took that there. We identified a couple more market flow V2s here, but I didn't take any of these down here because based off, what we witnessed over here, it wasn't really worth the risk to continue taking these scalps due to the choppiness. And that was weird though. I've never seen that happen before when we were trading. Not sure if everybody was trading on Apex or if everybody was trading on other platforms, but I was trading on Apex and it only filled one contract, mainly because of the choppiness. There's only one that could have gotten triggered. Let's see. Jason said what's causing this dump. There was news at 6:45, Jason. So there's Chicago PMI here, which is negative. That's what caused the initial drop. It was this one right here. So at 7:40 or 6:45 right here, this is where the news came out and this caused the initial dump. Then price came back up. Then it came back down. And then now it's coming back up. It's just in a huge range. So we drew this range right here on open. It's pretty much been ranging in the same areas throughout the entire session. So basically between the 42,150 mark right here and the 42,050 mark down here. It's a 100-point range. It's not really going anywhere. You can see right here, market open right here down the middle. And it's pretty much just going back and forth through the entire session. So for the past hour, basically, it's been going back and forth between this higher point and this lower point right here. It just fakes out. Price pushes up, fakes out, pulls back down, fakes out, etc. Again, if you guys want to take trades here, you can take them, but just trade the again right here, another high-level momentum scalp. So I'm just looking at the charts right now. There was a V1 variation right here. There's a double body rejection, green candle, red candle, double body right there. And then it pushed up. So you could have taken a buy right there for a V1 variation. On top of that, there was a lower low right here. There was a green buy signal, broken close past pivots 1 and 2. And that again right there is another high level momentum scalp. So like, again, if you guys did not sit in on the mentoring session on Monday, I highly recommend you guys go and do that. The YouTube channel again is, let's see, it's youtube.com/Kodi Kai trades. If you go over here, go down to lives, and right here, it's going to be the mentoring session from October 29th. I basically covered every single strategy that's basically most popular for the most part. I'll put them up here again. So most popular directional strategies. It was a market flow V2. Market flow V2, momentum, pullback scalp, pivot scalp, momentum scalp, high-low scalp, triple confluence. Those are like the main directional strategies. The market's not really directional right now. And these are like the most popular popular ranging. V1 variation, and so yeah, if you guys didn't see the mentoring session, basically I went over every strategy, went over all the criteria, all the requirements. Right now we're in a sideways market. You know, obviously our here price is going sideways. So what strategies would you apply? The most popular ranging consolidation strategies, right? There's like for one, V1 variation right there, right? Consolidation variation, right here. Higher high, high with the green candle, falling red candle, consolidation variation right there. High low momentum scalp, lower low right here, buy signal broken close past pivots, 1 and 2, entry right there. Same with the one next to it right here, lower low, buy signal broken close past pivots, 1 and 2, two back-to-back wins right there. So you can still trade during these markets. It just depends on like what you're looking for, right? If you're looking for ranging strategies, you'll probably be able to apply these a lot better versus the directional ones because market is not moving directional right now. It's going back and forth. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Yeah, CJ said, yeah, I figured today would be crazy because of the holiday. I know you talked about that earlier too. Yesterday. CJ, you're like, I hope market doesn't go crazy because of Halloween, and you're 100% right. You know, it's funny because you mentioned that now, and I'm like, yeah, you're definitely right about that. All right, let's see what we got over here. All right, so we don't really have much here, guys. Let me go over here and I'll go to our clean chart. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I just don't see much going on here. Prices really, I mean, it really is just going sideways. There's nothing to really work with here. I'll see if I can find some SR zones here to work with, but uh, there really isn't too much to work with here. All right, yeah. So these are the this is the SR zones. So yeah, as you guys can see, I mean, it lines up with the clean chart here. The clean charts is actually better. I prefer to look at the clean chart here because it's pretty straightforward. You can see where price is ranging from. But if you want to see the individual zones, you can see over here as well. These are the individual zones for the SR chart. So if you guys are not familiar with the SR chart, basically I turn on my SR indicator. This is my support resistance indicator that I created. It pretty much automatically populates support resistance that's been tested more than 2 times. Basically like around 4 times. If the zone was tested about 2 to 4 times or more, it'll establish a zone there, and that's pretty much where I drew my zones. Yeah, I mean that's basically all we got here. Price is literally just going sideways from here. I can probably extend these to the right, to the left. Because they tend to repeat. All right, yeah. So as you can see over here, there's not really too much going on. Price is just kind of sitting right here, right down the middle. Same with this one over here on the clean chart. If you guys are looking to take entries, again, I would probably recommend that you only look for sideways strategies because there's just nothing here to take. There's a V1 variation that came up right here, double body rejection pending sell signal. If you guys took that for the sell, obviously you can see right there a full TP. Other than that, don't really see much else happening or going on around here. So yeah, CJ said, I noticed how markets react to every holiday since Cinco de Mayo and Mother's Day. Yeah, it typically does that. I mean, it's really unusual that it does that, but it does do that. It usually happens a lot on the days where it's a short holiday week. So for example, if we had like Monday off or something, usually the market does move kind of funky because we're like less one day from the week. But yeah, this one's like in the middle of the week, and it's not technically like a national holiday or anything like that. But yeah, nonetheless, it's still a choppy market overall. All right. So I'm going to take a screenshot of my overall stats for the month so far. So October wasn't as great as I guess we were hoping for, but we made it through the month for net positive profit. I think that's the key thing here. Like let me take a screenshot of the whole thing. The main goal here, as I mentioned, for the hedge fund and for the breakout is to yield a profit every single month. So I got kind of screwed yesterday when I took the trade because I got caught with like a ton of slippage on the trade yesterday, trading on my new laptop. I forgot to set the settings up properly. But you can see over here, so I did yield a net profit for the month. Not a lot, but now that we've made adjustments to like the TP stop loss, we're doing a lot better. Like yesterday, the trade should have won, but the problem with yesterday was that the TP stop loss was like just way too far out. It's like at 100 points. So like now that we're at 50 points, we would have won yesterday's trade and the day before that as well. We actually would have had a pretty good win rate, a higher win rate than this month so far. But like I said, the main goal here is to yield a profit. So I made a total profit of 15,060 for this month of October. Basically, I went to performance, but this month from October 1st to October 31st, I lost about 13,830. This was like a learning experience for us here because of the wide TP stop loss. So net profit over here, I made a gross profit of 1,230. I paid 256 in commissions, net profit of 973. Profitable trades, my win rate for this month so far was about 60%. So we had a pretty decent win rate. It wasn't horrible. Obviously, it could have been better if we made some adjustments earlier on in the month. I think a couple of the adjustments that we could have made was the 629 candle when it's super big, about 50 points. We flipped that position now. That would have made a huge difference for this month. And then on top of that, the other difference would have been adjusting our TP stop loss to something tighter. Once I started to realize that the market wasn't expanding far enough to reach those 100 points. So now that we've made those adjustments, moving into November, I think it's gonna be a lot better. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now, guys. So yeah, these are the stats for October for the breakout. I only took the breakout on this account. You can see over here, I had a really big loss, unfortunately. It was a trade from yesterday because of my entry time. So what happens is like when you have a brand new NinjaTrader account, like I bought a brand new laptop for the hedge fund. I didn't test out on a sim account first before I started taking actual trades on it. So what happened was when I entered the breakout yesterday, it asked me for confirmation if I really wanted to take the trade. I usually don't have confirmation because I enter at market. And that kind of screwed me up because I ended up losing another extra 10, 20 points on top of that. Either way, my net P&L should have been 1,500, but it's okay. I'm taking this as a learning experience. Pretty much all the clients that I traded for the hedge fund are in profit, so that's all that really matters. I'll be getting my first payout, or not payout, my first split tomorrow from pretty much everyone. So I think that's pretty decent. I mean, for the most part, yeah, total profit was about 1620. So total profit of that divided by half, or no, 16,020 divided by half is about 8,000. So basically, I made profit doing what I was already doing. So I made profit on my own account, and I'm also making profit from the hedge accounts that I'm managing. And then on top of that, I also have the prop firm accounts that I'm also trading as well. So pretty decent gig. Once you guys start to get more comfortable and you start to expand with your accounts, the accounts really grow. You don't have to have one huge account. You can have a bunch of accounts spread out, and then they all kind of combine into like a total profit at the end of the day or the end of the month. That adds up pretty quickly. Sorry, guys, my freaking allergies are like all over the place now that we're going into winter. Patricia said, Sean, on support and resistance indicator, what is your bar back? So for the SR indicator, I have it set to 100 bars. You can go even farther, but I think 100 bars is decent enough because yeah, because you don't really look that far back. I mean, 100 bars is pretty far, especially for, or I guess we can go even farther back. It just depends on where you're drawing your zones at. Because if you're drawing your zones on the 1 minute, you might want it to go farther back. But since I'm going on the 10 minute, 100 bars back is like pretty decently far back. Yeah, because the thing is like, so see how price is down here, Patricia? This is basically 100 bars back. Yeah. So see how it's 100 bars back? This stuff right here is pretty much irrelevant because price is down here. So yeah, I just have 100, but you can change it if you like. If you want to play around with it and understand, like, because you can really go pretty far back. I think in the past I had it to like 1,000. But then at that point, see if you have it at 1,000, you're not going to have any zones down here. You're gonna have some far zones, but not anything like where your price is currently at. So I change it back to 100. And I think it does make some adjustments there. So instead of having some zones super far back where they're irrelevant, You kind of want them closer to where your price is currently at. Yeah, no problem, Patricia. You can play around with it though. So what I would recommend is if you're going to draw zones, I would probably start with like maybe the daily, or not even the daily. I would probably go to the four hour and then go down from there. Because if you go 100 bars back from the 4 hour down to the 1 hour down to the say 10 minute, you'll have like all the zones that you really need. So I would prefer to just go on higher time frames, keep it on 100 bar back, and then just go on higher time frames versus having it set to like like 1,000. Sure, no problem. All right, guys, 7:34 right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Again, price is still kind of sitting around this area. You can see right here, price looks like it may be faking out and swinging right back into the range. Um, yeah, there's just not really too much going on here. It's pretty much just going back and forth. You can see over here, price kind of pushed from this area, then it pushes up from this area, and then again down here, possible push up higher from there. So right now, this is going to be like the key area. So like now that price is below this point, we're looking for either a break and retest of here and continue down lower, or we're looking for price to fake out right here and climb back into the range, right? So we'll see about two different scenarios there that can play out. All right, guys. So if there's any more questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm not really expecting too much to happen here. I'm not taking any more trades on my account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn off my laptop actually. Pretty uneventful week for the scalps, really. I mean, there's some good scalps this week. I just haven't really been taking much, if any, really. Yeah, yesterday we had a pretty good amount of scalps. I think like seven scalps come up. Um, we had like seven high-low momentum, or not. We had seven liquidity pushes, and then we had about seven market flow V2s. I was hoping that was going to be the case today, but it's not really the case so far. If you guys do want to take some entries here, I mean, feel free to take them, but I just wouldn't really recommend it very much because you can see there's no direction here. Price is still going back and forth. I think from now until election day, so we have election day next week. Let me check the calendar real quick. So election day is on the 5th, next Tuesday. I think from now until then, tomorrow we might have some crazy movement because of NFP, but other than that, we're probably going to be getting Monday's probably going to be slow. So Monday's probably going to be slow, like not slow, but it's going to be like this. We're going to get a lot of this choppiness and sideways move. And then I think on Tuesday, we're going to get some slow move like this. And then probably in the late night session of Tuesday, we're going to get some crazy volatility because that's when they're going to announce the winner. A lot of people are, well, not just people, but I think the polls right now, let's see, US. Yeah, the current polls right now, I think Trump's currently winning. It's kind of mixed. I mean, it's slightly mixed, but for the most part, I think yeah, I think for the most part, Trump is in the lead. So I mean, we'll see. There's no telling exactly like what to expect, but I'm hoping once the presidential election is over with, then we can go back to like regular market conditions because it's just we've been dealing with this type of market for like the past 2, 3 weeks, and it's I'm ready to go back to regular market conditions. So, all right, guys, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon. It's currently 7:40 right now, about 20 minutes till 8. I'm not expecting much to happen from now until then. Again, if you guys want to take entries, market flow V2s are still available. It's just you have to understand the risk when taking these trades. So the entry would happen right here at the 30 mark. Of course, I wouldn't recommend you guys take it. I'm looking out for you guys here. I don't want you guys to take anything unnecessary that can easily really mess up your account. So yeah, entry would happen right here at the 30 mark. So the problem with this here is that I do think price will continue dropping lower, but what I'm worried about is the fake out, right? Because price is below the I guess what we'd consider this is the support level at the 50 mark. I would be worried for a possible fake out and a swing back to the upside. Like that would be that could really destroy someone's account, of course. And then what happens with a lot of people is if you make a mistake there and you lose a trade, a lot of people end up going down a downward spiral because you're going to want to revenge or trade your way back to profit, of course. So, all right. Anyways, here are the stats for the month so far. Again, guys, I'll just remind you guys. So we made about 15,060 for the month. This is all from my personal account. I made 15,060 for the month. I lost 13,830. Again, a lot of these losses here could have been easily avoided. I wish we would have adapted to the market earlier, but it's okay. Now that I've been a little more careful with adapting and making changes to the strategy. So we didn't really make changes to the strategy. The only difference is we've flipped a couple of positions, and then we also made our TP stop loss a lot tighter because yesterday would have been a win if we did a 50-point TP stop loss, but of course, we're in this position where the market's just kind of choppy and sideways for the past 3 weeks. Anyways, our gross profit was 1,230. Trader fees and commissions 256. Total P&L net is 973. Win-loss ratio is 59.52%, so about 60% win ratio, which is again is not horrible. It's actually pretty good for a one-to-one strategy. This is a pretty good win rate. It's just we got to work on the consistency now. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, seems like a lot of you guys here are pretty much done with. Question from Stanley's asking what platform is that? That is Tradeovate. So the stats right here are from Tradeovate. I mean, it looks like Tradeovate, right? It's all black, unless you're using a different scheme. But yeah, this is Tradeovate. So if you log into your Tradeovate, you click on the top right corner. That's going to go to your settings basically, and then from there you can pull up your performance. You just go to performance, click this month. It'll show you where your stats are for the entire month. CJ said all the scalps that we went over in the mentoring session came up at least one time yesterday. Yeah. They came up yesterday, and actually for today, CJ, all of the sideways ones came up today. So we had V1 variation, CV pattern, and then also high-level momentum scalps. So yeah, again, if you guys want to review the mentoring session, go back to the mentoring session from yesterday, guys. I covered pretty much everything there that you would really need to understand, what strategies to apply. So if you want to go and check that, feel free to go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kodi Kai Trades. Click on live over here, or you can even just go to home. And if you're on the home page, you can just scroll down over here to the mentoring sessions. And I think that's about it, guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I think this is it for the live session. We'll be back tomorrow, starting off November 1st. Tomorrow's gonna be the first of the month, so hopefully it's not too crazy. Usually the first of the month is kind of a toss-up as well, but I'm still going to trade it. I'm not going to hide from it. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have questions, reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys.